And
What
I
were you
was
going
like,
to college
super
for?
bright. I had no idea. I was
There you
just,
go. Nobody
yeah, I was
knows.
in there. Yeah, I was there and I was looking around and I was like, what am I doing here? I don't feel like I'm learning as much as I thought I would.
Right.
Um, yeah, that was probably a really smart decision. I don't have college debts, thankfully.
Absolutely. I went for a semester and a half at a community college, and I took like a graphic design course, and I'd already taught
Mhm.
myself Photoshop and all that shit. And I took a
Yeah.
Photoshop class and got literally 100% on every single thing every single assignment. I was like, well, this is stupid. And I remember vividly asking the professor, which is that should not be the term we're using for these people, but the guy who is there to show you how to
Propagandist.
turn the
Yeah.
yeah to turn the computer on,
Indoctrination.
pretty much. He I asked him like, what do you have to do in life, or like what should my steps be if I want to do like graphic design for bands and edgy stuff full time? And he's like, well, you'd probably have to go to college for stay here for like 4 to 8 years and then join a firm and then do like cereal box branding, or not even branding, like just layouts and stuff like that first, and work your way up in the firm. And I was like, goodbye, I'm done here. And then
Yeah.
I left and
Yeah.
just kept doing it until people started paying me for stuff. So that worked
It's
out.
such, it's, I hear you. It's such an outdated model. I think we're seeing, especially our generation, we're waking up to new ways of doing things, especially
Right.
with the internet and like realizing how many weird artificial, and again, this of course translates to libertarianism, but how many weird artificial barriers there are in our education, in our work life, corporate jobs and stuff, and realizing there's so many better ways and smarter ways to do things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just take the time and make the effort to like figure out and connect those dots and yeah, I mean, exactly. It's like I'd love to work for myself full time one day because yeah, and there's other jobs where I'm sure the degrees and everything else still work just fine for them for preparing them for a particular
One or
type of
two.
skill or job.
One or two, maybe.
Well, but
Yeah.
again, a lot of those are because of artificial licensing restrictions,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. We're not necessarily here to talk about college, but I
yeah,
rant
no, no.
when I talk about it. I
hear
hold
you.
it against nobody, but it's like
Yeah,
we're
for guys like us,
not
we're like, nah,
creating innovators if we're doing this. Like, you're taking old
yeah,
people who learned on MS-DOS and telling them how to having them teach children the best ways to go about life, when those kids are just wasting their time being there at all. They could be out innovating and coming up with the solutions for
yeah,
themselves and being more successful. But I don't
yeah.
know.
Get your hands dirty. Go, when you're sometimes when you're in the industry, you want to get into you learn more on the job than you do. I feel like most jobs you get hired at, they're not like they're not like, all right, what did you learn in school a few years
Right.
ago? They're like,
Right.
here's how to do this. I'll show you. I'll teach you. There, now you know. Let's do this now.
Right.
Kind of way to
Yeah.
go.
If only we could get rid of that pesky minimum wage. Anyway, let's talk about
Yeah.
you. That's what we're here for. So,
Anyways, I dropped out of college to be a rebel and a writer, so that's
which
working
I
out
can
so
only
far.
imagine that you were in college and you're like, I don't know what my plan is, but I'm not
Yeah.
seeing it here. And I'm
Right.
doing it on the side anyway, so I can keep spending money in time on God knows
Yeah.
what until I find it, or I can just pursue a
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah.